What's up guys, this is Retro Collector 101 back here with another video, and in this video I'll be comparing the PS Vita with the Nintendo Switch OLED. So without further ado, why don't we jump straight into the video. So throughout this video, I'll be going through a 3-step criteria, with the first step being the features, the second will be how well they perform, and the third will be the gaming library. So without further ado, why don't we actually start with the first step in the criteria. Starting with the goods, the PS Vita can actually have either an OLED screen or an LCD screen depending on which model you get. The PS Vita can also have this amazing back touch screen, which many people think is a gimmick, but I actually like because of how useful it is to make up for the lack of these four triggers, should I say. Now, this also has amazing speakers, well, decent ones at least, 2 analog sticks, which is definitely an upgrade from the PSP, very clickable buttons, and expandable storage. Now, when we get to the negatives though, these 2 analog sticks are sadly not clickable, which does eliminate a lot of features that are quite, well, mandatory on a PS4 games, which is a bit of a downside. And to make matters worse, the storage is terrible. So it only has 4 gigabytes of internal storage, and expandable storage, let's just say, is quite expensive. Literally, a 16 gigabyte memory card can cost you like $30 or even upwards of that, which is just ridiculous. Now, talking about the Switch though, the Switch has an OLED screen, at 2 analog sticks, which are quite clicky, which is very good. Sadly, does not have the back touchable screen, which, well, not really screen, but back is not touchable. But what they do have is a kickstand, which I could show you right here, detachable controllers so that you can play them with your friends. A feature where you can play on the big screen, while the PS Vita can only play on the big screen if you have a PS4 or a PS3. And the buttons are meh. Now, one great thing it does have is expandable storage. You see, it has 64 gigabytes of internal storage, which is insane, even these days. And expandable storage is SD based, so that's insanely cheap, which is why I love this thing. Now, one thing where it lag behind though is price. So the price for this thing is kind of ridiculous. My gosh, sorry if I get my facts wrong, but this thing is $400 USD, which I think is kind of insane, considering that it's not even that big of an upgrade from its predecessor. It's only mainly the screen, but you know, life's life. While this PS Vita can be found for under $200, even if you get either models. So just keep that in mind. So overall, I gotta say that the Switch does win this. Not in price though, but at least in overall specs, which is not much of a surprise considering that the PS Vita is about 10 years old, which is hard to believe considering that I, even like a young kid, got this when it was in store at EB Games for quite cheap because, you know, they're trying to get rid of it. But yeah, it's pretty insane that this is 10 years old. Now, moving on to the second criteria, I gotta say, both of these are quite impressive. So for specs wise, both of these handhelds are very, very good. But with that, I can only hand out one crown, and that crown must go to the PS Vita. For a handheld that's 10 years old, I don't know what to say. Like, for the Switch, I've noticed that it has some overheating problems. Maybe not overheating problems, but when I played like first-person shooters, which are, to be fair, a bit more demanding, I noticed that the aircon would go nuts and was pretty dang loud. And I did not really notice that on the PS Vita, which was pretty dang surprising. Now to add on top of that, when I was playing Call of Duty on this thing, it ran pretty dang well. But when I wanted to play like Warzone on this, I would notice a slight drop in frame rate here and there, which was a bit annoying. So I was actually very surprised because I gotta say that the PS Vita is a bit better when it comes to overall performance. Now, lastly is games. Now, this one's more up to you. Whether you're a Nintendo fan who likes Metroid Prime Dread, Pokemon, Animal Crossing, just to name a few, you could always be a PS Vita fan as well and like games like Persona 4 Golden, Killzone Mercenary, Call of Duty, all of those great racing games, all of those great RPGs and JRPGs as well, and also the PS4 and PS3 library on top of all of that. So this one's really up to you. Personally, for me, I kind of leaned towards the Sony side of things. That's basically because the PS Vita is a bit more near and dear to my heart since it was basically my first handheld. I know I got the DS first, but I wasn't really into it. I was more of a PS Vita fan. So I don't know. I like the PS Vita's shooters because the Nintendo Switch is still kind of lacking in that. But in retrospect, this thing still has all of those great Pokemon games, all of those new Metroid Prime games like Metroid Prime Dread, which I heard is insane. And if you hit the like button and if this video gets 50 likes, I will get that game. So anyways, that's pretty much it. Tell me what you think. Honestly, I gotta crown the PS Vita as my winner, but this is really up to you. So tell me what you think in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, then please hit the like button. And if you want to see more content like this, then please smash that subscribe button. You don't know how happy I get when I see my subscriber count go up by just 1 subscriber. I literally go nuts. We are on our way to 400 subscribers, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya!